This is Majin, and here's a comic review. Hopefully 2 books that don't suck. This week we have Avengers Assemble number 18. Those bastards finally got me to buy this stupid ass book. Infinity tie-in crap. And Superior Spider-Man number 16. Um, let's do Superior. I love this book. This book was freaking amazing. And then it just toyed with my emotions as I see the sword in Hobgoblin's chest. I was waiting for it to happen. Waiting. It didn't happen. But what I did like is how Superman did take him down. He now granted this was a little bit more dangerous, calling him out and fighting him at the bugle and whatnot. But when he planted those nano things into his chest, those things are little bombs, and I was like, Peter would never have done that. Never in a million years. And, that was fantastic. Very un-Spider-Man like, though, by the way. And then you have the Wraith tracking down, like, what the deal is with the money trail for hiring these robots and this private army. This is going to be, I think, a key great storyline right there. But unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see the end of this until much later. Then, Menace. I was like, sweet, yes. And then I don't want to spoil what else is on their way, but this is what I will say. Slott's writing is fantastic on this. This book has been, I think, if anything, it's been getting better. You might argue that there's some moments in time where maybe not be up to snuff compared to what some of the earlier issues, but I think if you look at the overall point that he's been making in terms of the story, I think everything has been awesome. Ramos has done a great job with illustrating, and this really is one of those few pleasures that I read every time it comes out. And this is one of those few titles where now I can sit there and read and go, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what Doc Spider is going to do, and I don't know how Peter is going to come back. See, and this is the one thing that I think comic books are really lacking in today's market is the unexpected. We all know Superman's going to come and save the day. We all know Captain America is going to throw his shield and save everybody. We know that certain events are just going to get retconned out or forgotten or, things like that. But this, you can't just ignore this section of the Spider-Man mythos because it's beyond an issue or two. This is going through storylines, and it's affecting many people. It's affecting the people of New York. When Peter comes back, it's going to have ramifications with the relationship with Jonah Jameson, how he's looked at by the Avengers, how he's going to be looked at by the people of New York, the police, and other supervillains even. So you can't ignore this. And this is what I think comic books really need. Now, I'm not saying that every single comic book should suddenly change their superhero and replace him with somebody else, but it's that mystery of the unknown, the joy that at least that I'm getting by reading this every single issue, because you just don't know what's going to happen. I mean, who would have expected to see Ned's what's his face's chest start exploding? Never would have thought that in a million years. So this was fantastic. Totally enjoyed it. Now, the Avengers Assemble book was actually a very good tie-in compared to the stupid Thunderbolt tie-in. See, because what happens with this is there's this big battle in space, and you really can't see much of everything that's going on here. But that's why you have this Avengers Assemble book, which really goes like right here. And it's nice and neat, and it gives you that extra flair and flavor as to what's going on in the fight. And I really, really appreciate them doing that because the thing, if you remember with Spider-Woman, is she's been replaced by Skrulls, and she's going through a lot of issues through this whole thing. Personal issues with the Skrulls, with Hawkeye, and this really is a great character-driven story with her. And even though you get that nice character part, you also get space battles, some fighting, and I thought that overall, if you're going to put like a tie-in on top, this is the way you do it. Now, I think what's going to happen is we're going to find a lot of people who are going to, maybe nitpick it and say, well, maybe the book wasn't that great in terms of the writing. Maybe they didn't like the Spider-Man story angle, and I can respect that. This book, even though I am giving this praise, this book is not the greatest book on the shelf, and in fact, most of the people are going to just ignore it. But one thing I can't ignore, and what I really appreciate, is the fact of how well this thing ties in. It this is what a tie-in should really do: is it should add something to your main storyline, and I think a lot of the tie-ins today just don't do that. They mention it, and then, or they try to be sneaky at the end, and they throw, "Look what's coming," and we don't want that. We want something of substance, and that's why I think this delivers. And the artwork is fine; it's nothing horrible. I think there's some really good parts to it, but and if you look at it as a whole, it's an average art. The story, like I said, it was a decent read. So I'm really not. I would not complain spending my $3.99 on this tie-in. I'm complaining all the hell about Thunderbolts though. But anyways, if you have any comments or questions, let me know. Oh, damn it! I forgot to give you your codes. Anyways, if you have any comments or questions, let me know. Let me know what you guys thought about the Infinity tie-ins. And like the Facebook link. I do the anime reviews on Crunchyroll. You can see the review about the swimming boys team. And that's it for today. So until next time.